Anthony Ace Michaels is back with a special edition of the NBA playoff scenarios, upsets. We're going to go through the games and go through and see who's going to get there, who's going to hold up that trophy at the end of the year. Back by popular demand, I had some messages. Being the big NBA guy I am, I'm going to go through some of the plays that I have made, and then we're going to go through some of the games. Actually, we're going to go through all the series. So let's try to get it going. First off, make sure you get on. Let's see, on my phone right now, I'm looking. We got ESPN Bet offers bonuses if you're not signed up there. FanDuel, DraftKings, Fanatics Sports, Bets 365 is the newest one. There's a Hard Rock Bet, Bet Rivers, Bet MGM. What else we got here? Bet Online is another one so that's 9 right there. My Bookie's 10. Those are just different ones to use, and make sure you shop around for the odds, because at the end of the day, that could make or break you to where you're up for the week, month, year, or down. Shop for those odds, get those bonuses, and use them. And then there's boosts and everything like that. Definitely a lot of stuff they're giving away free to get you in there. So I would take advantage of it. But looking at the first one right now, it just had started. I'm watching it now. The Bucks and the Pacers. It's going to be a game down to the wire. What I think is going to happen here is Lillard's going to come back game 3 and hopefully get them even up this series. I do think the Pacers are going to be tough at home. Could the Bucks steal one? I do think so, but if they don't and they're down 0-2, they're still not out, especially if Lillard's coming back. I like the Bucks to win this series. I know that they're underdogs. Let me look on Hard Rock had a free $50 bet. So what did I do? I went on and I was able to get a $50 parlay. And you know what I got? What I like to do, guys, is use that to my advantage. It's a free bet, so why not go for it? Bet the series. Don't worry about individual games here, because anybody could win an individual game. That's why dogs are so important here. $50 bonus bet. The Milwaukee Bucks were plus 160. I did see them go to 175, 180 at certain sports books, FanDuel in particular. I think this game could go down, or this series could go down to the wire. Look for game 6 or game 7 to be very pivotal game. 6 probably, because it'll be in Milwaukee. And I do think the Bucks just have enough talent around there to win this series. The Pacers are going to be awfully tough, though. They're always a hard out, right? But looking at the odds there, I'm going to go with the dog just because that's what I do, you know. The second series is that's going to start here in the next game at 2:30 for the game 1 is the Clippers at the Nuggets. A lot of people are piling in on the Clippers here. They're just a team that over the years have just disappointed and continue to disappoint with all their talent. Now their players are older. Nuggets champions, what, a couple of years ago? I know they fired the coach, Malone. I don't think that would the 3-time champ or the 3-time MVP. I'm sorry, 1-time champ Jokic and company team is healthy. It's going to be really hard to beat the Denver Nuggets here. I know there's a lot of people picking the Clippers, but I like Denver as one of my top plays for the series, and they're not that crazy of odds. Trying to go back here to they logged me out of my Hard Rock. That's one thing too that I like about this Hard Rock app is they continue to log you out, so that's a safety feature there. But I did take the Nuggets here. They were minus 110 on the series, which is crazy. It's pretty much a pick 'em. For me, it's kind of a no-brainer. Could the Clippers win? Yeah. Could they win the series? It's hard to beat the Denver Nuggets in 4 games, let alone 1, 2, 3, and now 4. I don't see it. I like Denver a lot here. The next series is the Pistons and the Knicks. It's kind of one that's going to be very favorable for the Knicks, but the Pistons are an up-and-coming team. They're young, they're gritty, They're tough. They look like the old bad boys. That's what they're trying to do here. Is it going to work in this fast-paced NBA? Probably not. Is it going to piss some people off on the Knicks? Is it going to get under their skin? Are they going to steal a couple games? Of course. But the Knicks ain't going to lose this series, man. Come on. I mean, last time I checked, they were like minus 340 or something. But you throw them in that parlay, that would be the fourth team of my, or the third team of my 5-team parlay. I like them a lot. I think the Knicks could go far here. There's key. They're back, right? They're back in it. They got another year experience. Cat is in there. I like them. I don't know how far they will go, but I do expect them to definitely beat the Pistons. And the matchup here favors them, and the Pistons don't have that playoff experience. So to give them a couple years, and you're going to be seeing a lot of them, I think, in the future. And then game one is starting here, late game, Timberwolves and Lakers. This is a game, I got it on for a reason. Anthony Edwards, I doubted him last year. And I'm not going to doubt the man this year. He's in all-time highs, scoring. And if you don't know this stat, he made the most three-pointers in the NBA. And he's a top scorer. Yeah, he scored more three-pointers than Steph Curry. Granted, Steph Curry was hurt in and out. But the dude's hitting three-pointers. He's clutch. Lakers have... They had one crybaby, all respect to LeBron James, but they had one crybaby. They got another crybaby, so they have two of the biggest crybabies in the NBA. And I know if you're a Lakers fan, you're watching this and you're like, look at this guy. But two negatives are not going to equal a positive here. They're going to find ways to lose this. They are a little bit more talented team, the Lakers here. They do have the home court advantage. I like Minnesota a lot here. I do think they're going to win this series. I do think they're going to go far. Don't underestimate these guys. Randall's there. Yeah, he's probably not better than Cat was, but he is a facilitator. He learned how to take a step back. He's not the leader anymore, and there's a lot of guys that can't do that. They've always been the top guy, and he's done that. And there are other players on this team that have been playing very good, especially the bench. Watch out. That's all I'm saying. Just watch out. I got the Timberwolves for the fourth team. We're going to go to Sunday, Grizzlies and Thunder. We know who's going to win this. I don't think there's going to be any sweeps this year. I'm the most excited about the NBA that I've been in a long time. And every team could win. Except the Grizzlies, probably. They're going to need a lot here to win. I don't think they could beat the Thunder. Thunder have been going, but I do think the Thunder are going to need a little bit more time to get to that NBA Finals. But in this series, look for the Grizzlies to steal one. Morant, not one of my favorite players, not one of a lot of people's favorite players, but he could get the job done. I'm not going to put that in my parlay because it's way too big of odds for the series, and it's just not worth it to throw a team in a parlay when they're really not going to boost up your money too much. So I kind of stayed away from it, but I'm looking for the Thunder to win this 4-1. The Magic and the Celtics, don't count the Magic out. I mean, I think this Celtics team's weaker than last year. And they won an NBA championship by default, I say, just because the East was so weak. And the Mavericks somehow got to the NBA Finals. If it would have been other teams, I think there could have been different scenarios happening here. And Boston might not have been, raising that trophy. But I don't think they're the same team as they were last year. I do see them losing a lot more home games throughout the season. Porzingis is a big question mark, right? Could he stay healthy? He hasn't been playing a lot of games in a row throughout the season. They're going to ask a lot from him, and they're going to need him to win this NBA championship. And I just don't think that. I think the competition in the East is going to beat up the Celtics a little bit more, and they're not going to cruise to the NBA Finals. So I don't even have them going into the NBA Finals. But if they were there, I'm not going to say that I'd be surprised. I do think the West is really strong, though. Celtics 4-1. The Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I like my Heat here. They did beat my Bulls, and they're the first 10 seed. Hero's been playing out of his mind. Do they beat the Cavaliers? Don't be shocked here. They're playing the best basketball they've been playing all year. They finally figured out who the leaders are of this team. They figured out the bench. They haven't figured out the rotation yet because I'm still seeing Jaime Jaquez Jr. on the bench, 0 minutes. But I do think that'll change, and there's some other guys. I think Rozier will get back in there. They're going to need some guys. Is Love coming back? There's all a bunch of question marks here. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot closer than people think. This series, I do think the Cavs pull it out, maybe 4-2. But don't be surprised, man. I know that the Cavaliers are huge favorites here. Don't be surprised if Miami steals one of these first two in Cleveland to shock the world. And the Warriors and Rockets are the fifth team on my 4-team parlay. I just can't see the Rockets beating the Warriors. Playoff Jimmy, Steph. Yeah, they could shut down Steph. You don't think that Steve Kerr is going to have a plan in a 7-game series for that? Playoff Jimmy is going to go bonkers. Warriors bench has been playing pretty well. Not to take anything against the Rockets. It's kind of their first rodeo here. They're playing very well. They're just not going to have that experience to get past the Golden State Warriors in the 7th seed. The Warriors are favorite to win this series as a 7th seed, but we all know they're not a normal 7th seed. Just trying to log back into to my account to see what the exact odds were for this series. But that would be the $50 play I was saying. It's going to win $1,145. It was a free play. You could probably still get on there. You bet 50. If you lose, you get your 50 back. It's one of those things. The Warriors were minus 200 as a 7th seed is crazy. You could probably get better odds. Shop around. But those are the teams I have. I have the Knicks, Bucks, Timberwolves, Nuggets, and Warriors. Throw a couple bucks away. It doesn't have to be a $50 bonus bet. I think you could do 25. I think you could do 10. And then there's also Bet 365. They have where you bet 5 and you get 150 free. Kind of look into that. I think the minimum deposit though is a little bit higher, but it's on your first $5 bet. So look into that. I know they have the matching. You bet 1,000, you get 1,000 free. So if you're a big time player, definitely look into that. But that's how I'm kind of seeing the first round shape up. Will I be wrong? I don't think I'm going to go 8-0 like I have in the past and hit those huge 18 parlays. I do think one of my teams might lose. It could be the Bucks. I still like them. It could be the Timberwolves. We're going with a lot of underdogs here. It could be the Nuggets. I don't think so. The Nuggets are going to be my best play for the series here. And they're pretty much a pick-em in the series. So if you think that the Denver Nuggets are going to win like myself, you don't have to take the series. You could take them individual, and they'll get you the money in the long run, I think. I do think that, Kawhi is playing out of his mind. The guy doesn't play for a month, and then he comes back, and he's automatically into all-star form. He's just one of those guys. Harden's going to draw the fouls. It's not going to work in Denver, especially with these guys healthy and looking strong. Coaching could be a big question mark here, but I like it. I'll be back for round 2. Let's get the money though. If you take each one of these series individual, the Knicks, yeah, we're minus 425. I did see them at 380. I would kind of stay away from that. That's way too much money to risk. But all the rest of them pretty much look good. The Warriors were a big question mark at minus 200. You could probably get them at minus 180. Bet the series, sit back and relax. You lose a couple games in the series, you don't lose any money. It's a safer bet, and you still have some skin in the game. The Denver Nuggets, 110, like I said, and then you have the Bucks and Timberwolves. I do think that at least one of these teams will advance, and they're plus 160, both of them. So you take them and you lose on one, you win one. You're still up 60 if you put 100 in. It's definitely a value bet there. So I'll see you guys on the next round here, but make sure you cash in on this, and let's look ahead.